Alright, so here's that hell queue I was talking about. We finally got one back. It's strange. I feel like Jace rides the line between two separate queues, but we'll see. This is traditionally not a great hand to keep with only 2 lands. However, the rest of our hand is pretty sick. If we can activate any of these things with 3 or 4 mana, it's going to be nice. And we have a sensor to cycle. Okay, I'm happy. I am happy. Counter spells and all sorts of stuff. Interesting. They're just going to pass. Oh, we'll just draw 2 then. Let's say counter it. No? Okay. Oh, mana drain. Okay. Oh. So many spells. End the turn. We missed a land drop. I think we get rid of the Whelming Wave. And, oh my god, 2 things. The plan. Damn, that sucks having to discard 2 things. But our hand is pretty sweet. Signet. Okay. And land drop, please. Yay. Nice. We definitely have advantage against Golos. We don't have to play anything during our turn yet. Oh, I'm sure you're going to love it when I beat him. Oh, they missed a land drop too. Love it. Oh, and we hit one. Great stuff. Being a control deck, you want to always hit your land drops. Otherwise, you cannot play 2 spells a turn. And 2 spells a turn is exactly where you want to be. They're discarding now, which is good for us. Unless they've got Reanimator, in which case, not so great. 4, 5, 6. Okay. Pass again. We get to the point now where we can activate the spree versions of these spells. Expand the spheres. Sorcery. Let's try mana drain that. Oh, they're going to quit. They're going to quit. We're going to make him quit. We're going to make him quit. Yes. 1 for us. LQ has no chance, my friends. So welcome to a brand new episode. Today we're looking at something that I can't quite believe is in Arena. They put Jace and Mind Sculptor in the game. It's a bit shocking because it used to be incredibly oppressive 1v1. Pretty sure it was banned in Modern. Stand at the time, I think it was banned. This is a long time ago now, over a decade ago. But yeah, this is one of the most powerful planeswalkers of all time. And the reason for that is, if you hold counter spells up, you can basically lock your opponent out of the game with his +2. Now, the +2 is called a Fate Seal ability because it's named after a card called Fate Seal. Look at target player's library. You put that card on the bottom of the library, so you choose top or bottom. It's basically scry for anybody. But the reason it's powerful is because you can keep putting lands on the top of your opponent's deck, and if you're countering anything else, then they can't really do anything else, which is cheeky as hell. Secondly, he has Brainstorm for 0, which is it's good on a Planeswalker for 0. I don't really like Brainstorm by itself, but on a Planeswalker it is kind of wild because it's literally draw a card. -1 on summon. You can do this 3 times before it dies. 3 removals built into 1 walker without ticking up once. That's already pretty good. I actually did this to someone earlier today, and it felt wrong. It felt really wrong. And his ultimate pretty much wins you the game. Exile all cards from target player's library. Then that player shuffles their hand into the library. Yeah, that's incredibly impressive. Now, yes, I know power creep exists, and I know power creep has made this not as good as it once was. This used to be like a $40, $50 card. There's a lot of hype around this card. I still love it. The memories this gives me, it's kind of exciting, and I kind of like it in the format. But the only issue is it's Hell Q. So this is a Hell Q video. So welcome to Hell Q, everyone. If you don't know what Hell Q is, then it's basically the strongest decks in the format pitted against each other. The algorithm does this automatically. Somebody at Wizards goes, okay, that's a strong card, blah, 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 is determined by the commander and the cards in the deck. So let's take a look into the deck and see what makes it competitive for Hell Q, because it really is. I'm going to go all over the place here. There's not really too much pattern to this, but I guess one of the main ways to stop your opponent is counter spells. That's why it's so toxic, Commander Jace. Some of the best counter spells are actually cheap ones. So Spell Pierce, just to stop cheeky spells for 1 mana. Because if you're playing on curve on Hellq, which is a lot of the time, they're not going to be able to pay the 2 to counteract the spell. So that's going to be really strong. Pact of Negation is incredible as well. If you play Jace on turn 5, and then they try and counter it, you pack them, and then in your upkeep you can pay 5. There's a reason you have to wait till turn 5, because if you don't have 5 mana on your next upkeep, you dead. You dead. 3 steps ahead. I think this is a really awesome new counter spell. So for 3 mana, it's a straight up counter spell, which is fine. That's the baseline level. But for +3, so +3, you create a token as a copy of target artifact or creature you control, which is nice for mana rocks. And +2, draw 2, then discard a card. So that's also kind of nice. A lot of stuff built into a regular counter spell there, which is pretty epic. We've got Censor. The reason why effects like this are so really good in Hellq is because everyone plays Curve, which I just said. But even something that doesn't look so great, like just pay 1, can make a humongous difference. People normally don't expect Censor. It's also got Cycling, which is nice. You can discard it, get it out of your hand when you don't need it. Negate, classic, just get rid of a spell that's not a creature spell. Counter spell, obviously classic as well. And Mana Drain, all the usual suspects. And after you've countered all your opponent's things, you want to regain value with cards like Mystic Study and Narset, Part of Veils. This is special because it also stops your opponent from drawing more than 1 card a turn. You have Gadwig, which is just absolutely explosive. If this had Flash in any way, if you give this Flash, it's even better. But just drawing X is so wild, so wild. We've got Teferi's Agent's Insight, which is crazy in this deck because with Jace's Brainstorm, you'll be drawing 6 cards and putting only 1 back, which basically says draw 5. So just think about that for a second. So Teferi's Agent's Insight, if you draw a card except the first one, you draw 2 instead. If you draw 3, you'll be drawing 6 and then -1. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Pretty crazy. And Desertion, a very mean counter spell. If you counter an artifact or creature, you gain control of it. It is 5 mana though, so it's pretty wild. Saw a really cool synergy earlier with Teferi Temporal Pilgrim. He makes a 2/2 with Vigilance because why the hell not? I don't know why blue has Vigilance all of a sudden, but there you go. This guy, if you get a couple of spirits out and you got Jace out and use Brainstorm, these become 6 drops because you've already drawn as well. The turn after. It's absolutely wild. Obviously, Time Warp, Invoke the Winds just to steal something. But yeah, there's a lot of incredible cards. So we're also using the brand new Eluge the Shoreline Sea, which is just really good in a mono blue control deck to make all your spells cheaper. Really good. Mass Manip to steal your opponent's big things. Probably not so great in this deck because a lot of the big stuff are stuff that already gets ETBs when they come in, like Rusco, Itali, Roxanne, all those bullshit cards. And yeah, another Teferi to round that out as well. There's also a slight sub-theme of Proliferate, so that's why we have Contentious Plan. We also have Serum Snare, and what else do we have? Something else somewhere. Staff of Completion lets you proliferate. Jace's Triumph is something not to sniff at as well. For 3 mana, it just draws 2, which is kind of bad. Really, it's a bit slow. However, if you have a Jace out, you draw 3, and then suddenly when you pay 3 for 3, feels pretty good. Like restocking half your starting hand is nothing to be sniffed at. To slow a lot of the faster decks, we've got a Winter Moon. You might want to think about using a Torpor Orb if you're really pissed off with a lot of those ETB stuff, but I want to try counter them before they actually resolve, which is probably for the best. And what else can we really talk about that's interesting? Utter Insignificance is a nice way to turn a big creature into a 1/1 and get rid of it for a while. Confounding Conundrum slows down opponent ramp. And we have a copy of Brineborn Cutthroat because I want to be able to threaten our opponents with something. We need a way to finish our opponent off or attack enemy planeswalkers. This is just really great classic card because you want to be playing quite a lot of instants anyway, and when you're doing that, it really makes this guy big. Cast a spell on your opponent's turn, make this guy bigger, and it's just something for your opponent to think about that's not just your Jace. We've got Harbinger in the Seas to stop your opponent using non-basics. Very, very cheeky. But yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of the deck. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I've heard people say it's not strong enough for format. It really is. I think you have to... There is a nuance to this guy. It's not entirely... I think... So the main reason people don't really judge cards properly is because they're just not good at judging cards. Basically, everyone's obsessed with ultimates. That's all people care about when using Planeswalkers. But the power of this guy, yes, his ultimate's great, but that's going to take +9 loyalty, which is 5 activations of the +2, which is a hell of a lot. A lot of the power already lies in the 0 and the -1. If you're brainstorming for free, if you're unsummoning for free anyway, it's just incredible. Protect the Jace and you'll win the game. And even if you don't protect the Jace, you'll likely win the game as well. You have to play smart. Strong cards require strong players. In some cases, there are exceptions like Itali, Rusco. You don't need to be too smart with those. Just kind of do what the hell you want. But this one does require a bit more to it because Jace doesn't protect himself like Rusko. Rusko does by draining. You know, Rusko's going to kill you eventually just by draining. Itali's going to beat you to death with a 7/7 body, then 11/11 effect. You know, it's tricky. Not saying it's going to be easy, but it's powerful if you practice and you harness your strengths. But yes, hope you enjoy this one. This is going to appeal to a lot of old-time fans, I hope. Like myself, kind of shocked this is in the game. Kind of shocked it's legal in 1v1 Brawl. But, you know, this is just a different kettle of fish. I don't know what's happened to the banning committee lately, that nothing really gets banned that's important. Like there was a ban the other day, not a ban, but there was an amendment the other day to 2 or 3 cards because of Boros Energy and Historic. But who really cares about those? They were fine. Whatever. Like 60 card and 100 card are very different. But yeah, this is just so exciting. I can't believe Jace the Mind Sculptor. And yeah, he's a fox. So let's get into the gameplay. Support the channel, like and subscribe. If you want to get your own custom video, become a patron. It really helps me. I don't have many. I need your support. It takes a lot of time to make these. I don't really have much spare time. Get a custom video by becoming a member or a channel member. You get into the Discord. You get a few of the bonuses. Get to talk to me directly, pretty much. All VIP stuff. Now, there's no easy way to get into the Discord anymore. But yeah, there are a few special ways like that. Enjoy the video.
Huh. What is it, Otacon?
Hey, Snake. Have you thought about getting some more subs and some views?
Yeah, we could do some new subs. How are they gonna do that?
Yeah, you can just do that below.
Go ahead and click like and subscribe below.
Right, I've already mulliganed once, so I'll keep this. Take the risk. Now, I said it was Hellcube, but I'm not entirely sure. It's just, in testing, I faced a few Italis, so maybe I'm just on the brink, on the edge of it. Maybe it's just high tier 1, or maybe it's just because there's so many Itali players and it run over. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. Hitting the 3rd land is nice. Let's go for Winter Moon. This is so good because it punishes people that uses MDFCs as well. It's kind of nice. What does this actually do? I've not actually seen this before, really. Not in memory. Beginning of your main phase, add red or green for each raccoon. Whenever you expend 4, you gain 3. Okay. Fair enough. What are they keeping their mana up for? Old school mana. Old school, very detailed forests. Wow, they like the old lands, don't they? Rhythm of the Wild, that's going to be interesting. Creature Planeswalker. Give it Jace. So now our Planeswalkers are just under threat. Oh, that's bad. Maybe we just keep up the utter insignificance, maybe. Yeah. So whatever they have, if it comes in, we can give it this, and then it's suddenly not so great. Muerra? And they're going to give it a Riot. It does have a counter, though, so I'm wondering, do we care about the significance here? I'd rather give it a counter. I mean, we could literally rebuke here if we wanted. I think we troll a bit more. We just balance this for now. Okay. Nice. They'd rather go for a counter than the haste. Like, I guess 2 damage is not really much to do. Much damage with, so they went for the 3 power and then buffing up the stuff next turn. But because we're tempo based, by not going for haste, they're actually losing out a lot. Tempo. Muerra keeping up 2 mana. If we make them spend this, they only get to untap 1 of these. Okay, they're swinging in. Man, I love Inventive Iteration. In fact, it just draws us a card as well. Jin. Nice. Land is great. 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we just go for Imrith. And I think we'll go for Confounding Conundrum. Make it difficult for them to kind of get through as well. And yeah, I don't really want to use significance before the rebuke because we'll just lose this once we bounce everything back. So it's better to just bounce everything back first and then start putting the down payments in the stuff that we want to stick around. Primeval Titan. Oh, that's not good. They're going to give that haste. Yeah, that's not good. Now, here's the cool thing, though. If we flip this Saga, and it says whenever you cast a spell, your opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value as its next turn. And then we go for the River's Rebuke, we'll bounce a Primeval Titan, and then they won't be able to recast it in the following turn. But also, we've just bounced 2 back to the hand. Oh, including this. It's kind of annoying. Oh, but if they get 2 lands down, they're going to bounce those as well. So it basically kind of... Wow, if they get... That's going to really screw them over. Not screw them over, but... Oh no, they're going to get Beseiju. That's actually good for them. They've actually played me. They've played me. Damn. That's cheeky. Cheeky bastards. But we still have the Cavani Conundrum, so... Actually, do we want that? Yeah, okay. Bouncing again. At least the Beseiju's gone now. Choose blockers, nothing. I still feel pretty confident about this. So now that's a creature. Slow him down with the Rebuke. They can't cast Primeval Titan. Oh, yes, take that. Oh, baby, that feels good. That feels so good. All right, this hand seems pretty good, actually. If we can put Witness Protection on Omnath, it's going to be just a nothing card. A nothing card. Love it. Brawl comes out to play. And suddenly a 1-mana Contentious Plan is pretty good. But we're going to go for Ristic Study here. Oh, I love it. We've got such a beautiful, beautiful curve. Oh, these are the kind of games I like. I mean, we have got a lot of good cards, so... Get lost. Oh, that's a shame. Okay, well, that's one fewer card they can now use on Jace. So... Let's go. Let's draw some cards. We can't use any of them, so it doesn't really matter which we put back. As long as we keep a land for the following turn. Brawl with an extra counter on them. It's kind of tempting, especially because we know what's on top. Could be quite nice to draw an extra land. We can play around with that, actually. Cyclonic Rift on Jace. I mean, what does that do? Unless they got a counter spell, of course. In which case... 4, 5, 6. We'll play something else. Because I feel like they're going to protect it. They're going to try and counter the Jace. Okay, Memory Lapse. Fine. Fine. And... I think we're just going to crack this. I'm not too bothered about the Ogre. Really? I'm really not that bothered. So it's like they actually countered it. Okay, cool. So they've spent that turn... They've spent Cyclonic Rift and Memory Lapse. I mean, sure. Draw a card. Yeah, let's just make it a nothing thing. Nothing thing. Oof. Okay. Let's protect those. Okay, and we will... What will we do? We can bounce something, and we'll keep the bounces up. We just probably just block that. Kill it. Yeah, we're in a pretty good position here. They're going to get a 2-2, which is funny, because we can just counter it by bouncing it, basically. So they want it to die. Okay, I'll oblige. Basically, we spent 1 blue on a very slow kill spell. Actually, if we use Serum Snare, we can proliferate these two as well, unless they counter it. Reprieve. Man, their timing is really weird. Right, let's have a look at the top of their deck here. Let's see what we can... Yeah, land on top. Fine. Nice. And we're going to bounce this. Proliferate those two things. And contentious plan. Proliferate these two things. Oh, this is so dastardly what we're doing here. Down to 18. Let's Fate Seal again. Let's do ours this time. Desertion! On the bottom. No. Okay. Well, they're just screwed now. Oh, they're so screwed and they don't know it. Oh, this is... I feel like a devil in disguise. I am a devil in disguise. Or maybe not disguise. Maybe I'm just a devil. I'm not pretty enough to be in disguise, but... Oh, are we going to get to ultimate this? This is going to be hilarious if we can. Let's do it. Teferi Time Raveler. Got 2 counter spells. Let's firstly... Right, let's go for Brindborn first. Which is ironic, because we're not meant to cast spells on their turn. Oh, see you later. We're just going to aggro them to death. We're just going to aggro them to death. Oh, I love it. I freaking love killing sweats. This is just the ultimate sweat killer. My win ratio with this deck is insane. All right, this is a risky no removal hand. But we get to go first. And they're playing Gix, so they're probably going to have a 1-2-3 curve. Let's see. The best Gix stacks go 1-drop, 2-drop Gix. And there we go. This is a good Gix deck. Okay. So we essentially need some bounce. Bouncy, bouncy, or removal, or something. Or it's going to be a very interesting game of who's going to draw more cards. Interesting. Brawl's expertise. This is incredibly excellent. Let's try something here. Let's just bounce this and see... see if this helps. Because the thing is, everything we bounce is going to be one fewer card for them to then draw with Gix. And if their next turn is just Gix, then we bounce that. And if their turn is just kill Jace, then fine. Mox, Amber, interesting. Playing that out before anything else, fair enough. No harm done, but are they going to follow it with Gix? They are going to follow it with Gix. I really want to draw a natural land here. I might even use Brainstorm, because then we can go for Brawl's expertise. No, okay. Let's just Brainstorm. Let's get lucky. We need 1 island, please. Yes, we got it. We got it. 1 and 2. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is good. Oh, this is so lucky. 1, 2, 3. I mean, balancing the Mox Hammer doesn't really mean much, but yeah, I'm happy. And we will go for Search for a Scanter for free. Now, a lot of people may have made the mistake for Memory Deluge, but this is a very weirdly worded card. You only draw cards equal to the amount of mana spent on it. So if you cast this for free, you draw 0. So you have to be very cautious. Bontu's Monument. They're going to try and drain us to death with that, which is legit. Let's put that away. Spell Pierce. Let's just draw. Cyclone Rift. Oh my. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? I'll put Rift back for now because we can't overload that yet anyway. Okay. Oh, this is a glorious hand. The fact they have no creatures and they're a Gix deck. This is the exact position we want to be in versus Gix. I'm actually surprised I've lasted this long, to be honest. Although the thing is, the more we bounce, the more they drain. So maybe countering the Bontu's Monument would have been good. Battlefly Swarm. Yeah, because they know full well that we can only really bounce stuff. But this Discover the Formula is going to be game-changing. Oof, that's crazy, kid. We keep the Rift as well. So we missed a land drop. Oh, we missed another land drop. We do have the Thieving Skydiver, though. 1 and 2. So we could just steal the Bontu's Monument. They've got 3 creatures. Jace is probably dead. 5. Okay, I think we're going to do this. 5, 6. We're going to do this. Steal the Monument. 2, 3. It's very cheeky. But it also means that we also drain on each creature cast. Because this is the interesting thing about monuments. I think we're going to discard the Djinn because it's just a bit too much right now. But yeah, these are interesting because it's worded in a way that, yes, black creatures cost 1 less, but we also benefit from creature spells being cast. It doesn't say black creature spells. And here comes Yawgmoth. Do we want to use the Pact on this? No, I don't think we do. I don't think we do. So this deals coming over to one of your opponents. Okay, so we can't block this. So let's bounce that. Death touch. Okay. So they're going to deal 1 damage here, annoyingly, but we'll get rid of... We'll get rid of this one, because the Death Touch could potentially be annoying against our bigger blockers later on. Jace goes down to 1, which is fine. We still get to Brainstorm, and we actually going to probably put the 1 Power Stone in the bin. So many creatures. We need some board wipes. I think 1 board wipe would be pretty sufficient, really. Let's Brainstorm again. This is so powerful, just doing this every turn. Ooh, okay. Put 2 back. 1 and 2. That's fine. And we have the Rift Overload. So, yeah. Feeling pretty good. We don't have to do anything. Just wait for them to attack. Overload the Rift. And we probably win from there. They're going for us. They don't care anymore. Basically a time walk. So they're going to add the black in the combat step. Fair enough. Although they get that back, so they can actually do it again. That's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Although there's nothing they can spend the black at instant speed. So yeah, they lose it anyway. Yeah, it would have been cool if there was an instant there, but... So the amber comes down again. And then Gix. You know what? I'm going to pact it now. Because now they can't use Mox Amber. So, oh my god, I feel so cruel. But it feels very good. Alright, we're going against Talion, a Demir. I presume control build. Another turn 1 fetch. Oh, I love time wasters. It's not time wasters per se, it's just, my god, just stop it with the fetches. Stop it. Jazz. Okay, fast-paced game. This kind of game I like. 2 mages just battling it out. Let's go. Counter my shit, I'll counter your shit, whatever. Let's just do it. Duress. Oh dear. Will that be the clock? Okay, clock's gone. Fair. So they're getting their turn. Ooh, that makes things annoying. That does make things a bit annoying, actually. Okay. Wishclaw Talisman. Ooh. Interestingly, Memory Deluge does not say draw, therefore the Mastermind will not draw from it. If they go for the Wishclaw Talisman and give it to us, that's going to be interesting. Should we just return this to the hand? I think I shall. I think I shall. And no, I won't cast that for free because I won't draw any cards. And now we go for the bouncy schbouncy. This is the thing about Jace. Nearly unlimited unsummons is kind of funky. And now we're just going to stall. Stall, stall, stall. I mean, feel free to go for the Wishclaw Talisman. That means we get one as well. Wow. Wow. Okay. So they could tutor for any card and they just instantly quit. Why have Wishclaw Talisman in your deck if you're just going to quit when you activate it? What? Going against Rakdos. I'm starting to doubt if I am in Hell Queue now. Maybe it's just more of a broad selection of opponents today, but see. We shall see. We've got a nice... Well, we've got a lot of top-end cards here. So once we get 5 mana, we should be able to do lots of stuff. But that is assuming the Worn Power Stone survives. Without this, we are in trouble. If they use any discard effects, we may be losing the Worn Power Stone. No? Okay. This is good. This is good. Also, I'm not too worried about the Bitter Blossoms because we have the Baral's Expertise and the River's Rebuke. Our hand is actually just pretty crazily stacked, really. The key to playing a Planeswalker-centric deck like this is to not cast it out the first opportunity you see. You want to kind of whittle your opponent's resources down to a point where they don't have as much removal, and then it feels a bit safer to deploy something like this. It's almost like protecting the VIP. Great Desert Talion. Draw a card equal to its intensity. Oh, okay, that's a weird card. 3, 4, 5, 6. What do I want to do? That's a 5/5 as well. 3 mana 5/5. Excuse me? Unless you discard a card. That feels kind of crazily good. Okay. I think we're just going to use Desertion in their turn. That is kind of... I've never actually seen this card before. Hellion. What's the difference between a Hellion and a worm? I guess a worm is bigger. Though those insects on the floor in the artwork are an indication of scale. Now the Hellion looks pretty damn big, so it can't be the fact that a worm's bigger, because this is big as well. So the difference could be the mandibles. It could be the fact this is coming out of fire. Maybe the difference is Hellions are red and worms are green. But there have been some green-red worms before. Apparently they're taking a bloody age to order the triggers. I'll tell you what though, it's making me want to beat them even more. Intensity 2. When it leaves, you may discard to draw 2. I mean, yeah. Sure thing. And then the Mishra. That'd be funny if we just stole the Mishra, wouldn't it? Oh, it was cheeky. Especially in a deck like ours that cannot gain life conventionally. And stealing their commander almost feels like, yeah, very cheeky. But they're probably swinging anyway. No downside. Mana drain, okay. Because we've got nothing free to cast with the expertise, I think I'm just going to River's Rebuke here. Unlikely that they actually do discard their hand. And swing back and gain some life. Now, if they had resolved that Mishra, we would have lost 2 life as well. So yeah, I don't really want to give them away to kill us easier, essentially. And hopefully, eventually, we draw something that costs 4 less that we do want to actually use. Oof. Create a red human token. Then if you control 13 permanent sacrifices to deal 7 damage to any target. Oof, okay. Let's go for Jace. And let's return this to their hand. Let's make it harder for that to go off. We have the mana drain now, so we can pretty much stop anything they do. Feels really mean. Rob of the rich. Yeah, let's stop that. So that's a hasty boy. Do they have another hasty boy? Or just a kill spell? If they do, they do. Bitter Blossom. Keeping this around for extra turns is really quite nice. So we get 2 mana there. Let's draw. We'll put back Expertise and Signet, I think. There's still only one thing to bounce. Doesn't feel too great. We've still got 2 mana. Maybe we just do this now. 2 piles. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the timing in that wasn't great because we just put those cards back, but either way, we're going to get a Thopter. Ooh. Sanctuary means we can get any spell back anyway, so it's not too bad here. We can Narset as well.
There are so many mysteries. Hone your prowess.
Oof. Sensor. Keep that. And I think we'll go for Arcane Signet. And we'll leave up these 2 spells here. Now, don't forget, their Bitter Blossom is also killing them. And now that they see that we have the Sensor in the hand, they're going to play around this differently. So they're probably going to play something that's cheaper than the amount of mans they have, obviously, so they can pay the extra 1. But it is interesting, the psychology of seeing stuff like this. But the fact we've just claimed the commander, they're going to struggle to come back. They really are. Especially when we can proliferate here with Experimental Augury, which is just so good. The proliferate here also makes this pop to go up. So there's a lovely bit of synergy there between anything that makes creatures with counters on them. If this goes to 13, do I care? Not really. 7 damage to any target. I mean, it's fine. But it takes a lot of setup. I guess the best scenario for this one is if you're struggling to break through with creatures. And then at this point, this is really good. But this stage in the game, maybe not so great. Opponent now roping us because, you know, we can't just play a game of Magic. There's a lot of blue plays out there, dude. I'm not the only one. So, you better get used to it. Song of Totentanz. They just played that. X equals 4. That was really strange. Why did they not leave one open so they can just resolve that spell? Very salty opponent there, sadly. Oh, okay. Blue v blue. Let's go. Could be a tough one. Probably similar in build to us. Let's just draw a card here. Don't always have to get the proliferate to just draw a card. That's still fine. Okie dokie. Are we going to be able to resolve anything? Oh, this is the tricky part. They want to play a Mana Rock so they can play Teferi next turn. That's what's in their head. But they're not going to do that because they want to counter Jace. So I'm not going to play Jace. And they're not going to play anything either. And this is how Magic works when it's control v control. Here we go. This is what the Pro Tour looks like, guys. This is actually Pro Tour. 2 fast mages. Let's go. Oh, they're going to foretell a counter spell there. Okay, fine. We're just hitting land drops over and over again. That's fine with me. So ideally... Oh, this is interesting. Essentially, the person that first gets the spell countered kind of loses the battle. We're still hitting land drops. This is fantastic. Oh, the speed. This is great. This is great. So even if I lose this one, I'm just going to love it because of the fact that the speed. I don't want to bounce that, though. I don't want to bounce it. We've got 2 mana up, which is blatantly for a counter. Let's Witness Protect it. See what they do. Hey, it's just a 1-1 now. Okay. Let's pass. Interesting. So they're probably going to kill us with a 1-1. That's the only issue. I wonder how many counters they got. We've got 0. That's the only downside. Negate. They've got too much mana up, though. So we pass. We pass again. Look at this. 2 blue players. I love it. Sapphire Medallion. Ugh. I will negate that. That is very powerful. I do not want that to resolve. I do not want their spells to be very, very, very cheap. Ooh. We're going to Mana Drain negate. They've used a Mana Drain on that, though. Huh. Okay. 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 Go on then, use your mana up, lad. Use your mana up. I know you're dying to. You really want to use it. Thieving Aven? Huh. Deals common amateur player Heist. Gross. Let's try and bounce this. If they counter this, we can steal the Aven. Or we can just bounce everything, actually. They are. Oh, they're going to get rid of that. That's good for us. We can't pay 4. Oh, well. Just psych him out. Psych him out. Okay. So do we just gain control of the Aven? Now, the fact that they've completely tapped out here. Let's gain control of the Aven. How curious. Can't use those anyway, so just do that. Do this. Do this. Now, the Sapphire Medallion makes it very difficult for us because it means they can play loads of... Oh, God. Mox Jet and all sorts of stuff. Brawl. Ooh, so their blue instant sorceries cost 2 less. Solve the equation. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. They're probably going to get mass manipulation or something. Mass manip would steal the Jace. Time Warp. Extra turn. Oh, okay. That is annoying. Gross. Gross.
No matter the time or place, I'm ready to win.
Draw a card. Yeah, that is bad. That is bad. I think things have gone horribly wrong. They've gone horribly wrong. So they're going to tap for 1, 2, 3, 4. Gadwick. Oh, shit. Just 1. They're just going to draw 1.
I am here.
How the hell are we going to resolve anything now? I don't think we are. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. The extra turn they got was just way too much. What's this? Deals damage to a player. Okay. Nykthos taps for 7 as well. But if they tap out in their turn... Oh, is it going to be... Each player? Ugh. Oh, no, they've just ultimated Teferi. What? Okay, yeah, cool. We just absolutely get annihilated by that Teferi then. Although they have activated it, to be fair. -12. Yeah. Jeez, that's 11. We're going to die to this because the eidetic memory. This is going to put counters on equal to the number of cards you've drawn this turn. Wow, this is awesome. We're going to see a well, it's not a one-shot kill because I took an extra turn, but yeah, that's going to put 12 counters on something. I mean, the fact that all their spells cost 2 less as well was kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm happy to lose to this. This was... I've not seen this much draw in one turn before. And all that, and all... Another extra turn. Just kill me. I just gave you a compliment. There we go. 29 damage. Haste. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Always impressive to see control decks kill you with aggro. That's something I like to do as well. Nice one. Good game. Right, we're going to keep this because it's pretty good toxic curve, to be honest. That player's called Abzan's Life and they're using Sultai. So, talk about betrayal. I am pretty confused, though, because in the deck tech, which I filmed first, I said this was Helku, based on the fact that I faced Talis. No, that's not the case. So I don't know what's happened. I really don't know. Very weird. Opponent's still holding priority. Mishra's Bauble. Jeez, how many things does somebody want to do in the first turn? I don't know. Okay. My god, just crack the Bauble. Just crack it. What's the point of not using that there? Really weird. And then they crack it anyway. So now they draw something one turn later. Huh? I swear people put this in the decks and do not understand how to do them. There's a fundamental difference. It's like someone drives a sports car. They've just bought a sports car. And they think they're the tits. They ain't. They just bought that car. They don't know how to use it. Right, let's use this then. Pact of Negation, Winter Moon. We'll take the Winter Moon, I think. Try and slow him down a bit. Okay. And we still have the Spell Pierce up as well. So here's an interesting thing about Winter Moon. It makes people play differently. So people then jam all their basics down as soon as this comes down. So they get less mana variation. Or they just find all the kill spells to try and kill us. But then we have Spell Pierce. So the spell would have to be... Well, they have to play land and then play something that only costs 1 mana to kill this. Which is unlikely because I don't really see that many 1-drop spells that kill artifacts. Because people always use the same cards. Because they always copy the big creators. And that makes it very easy for me to counteract stuff. So I can only thank the bigger creators. Lotus Cobra. And a forest. Of course they had the Lotus Cobra. Of course. Right. Pass back to them. 3, 4, 5, 6. They could technically get 6 mana here. Play a fetch land. Get all the mana from Lotus Cobra. And then crack this. That is annoying. I don't really like that. I don't like that because they also get to get more lands with this. Yeah, not a fan of that because when they play a land, then they'll get 1/1s and they can sack to get even more lands. So that's... Oh, that was a close one. Field of Ruin. So they're probably going to use that on a Nykthos. But to be honest, it's fine. Nykthos is not going to do us anything here anyway. So... Interesting. They'd rather get out the Llanowar Elves. Although they could just sack the Elves to get a land. Interesting. Feels... Yeah, I guess. Just going to swing in with that because they want to do that. They can do that any time as well. Okay. Pass back to them. I assume they want to cast Muldrotha on their turn. And we do have a way to stop that. 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw 2, discard 1. Yeah. It's a shame we don't have 6 mana up. We could then get a copy of Winter Moon as redundancy. Definitely an interesting Muldrotha player, being very, very cautious. But they can just replay a lot of the stuff anyway, so... It does feel a lot of the time, like I joke about people, it's like people are playing the Pro Tour, but honestly, it's like life or death. When you're playing the arena Brawl queue, it just feels like people are putting so much effort into not dying, it's kind of crazy. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Just counter that. I don't want them to have a tatty over. They could obviously... Yeah, I don't know. Confounding Conundrum. Yeah, I guess we keep this. They're playing Green X, so this could be useful. Tempted to play the Jace on our turn and bounce this. $21. They're very hesitant using this, so I'm wondering why they didn't attack. Or okay, so here we go. Now they're going to actually do it. Kind of good for us because it means that fewer creatures to pressure the Jace. But it doesn't mean we need another way to defend him. The fact this gets any land is really quite ridiculous. But at the same time, if it's not a basic, they're going to be screwed. Because they can currently only untap one of those. They're non-basics. So they have 1, 2, 3 in the next turn. But if this is non-basic, then it's going to hinder them quite a bit. Again, just taking so long to pick a card. Just pick a card, dude. Maestro's Theatre. So what was the purpose of picking that land, then? Just to thin the deck? Okay. Fair enough. And add 2 more mana, I guess. Bristly Bill. So now we definitely need some kind of board wipe. Yeah, this is tricky now. Okay. Okay. Let's go to them. We're looking for River's Rebuke. Essentially. Bristly Bill in a Muldrotha deck. I don't know how I feel like that. That just turns it into a landfall deck. This is definitely more of a reanimator shell. So it's interesting to see people... They just can't resist the landfall element. But then it makes it less unique. Even though Muldrotha was already kind of powerhouse, the deck. This build is just more focused on... I mean, the only thing that cares about going into the graveyard is currently these lands. Everything else cares more about landfall, so yeah, it's just interesting. They used that there, man. Okay, so we get another blue source. Again, the Nykthos really didn't do anything for us there. So, not too worried about losing that. We get a couple of triggers. So cautious, so cautious. There's a lot more players like this than there are fast players, I have to say. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. What's next? How much more of my life will you drain here? Right. Sacrificing the Bristly Bill. Sure thing. And then we're going to spend another 2 hours searching for a land. Okay. Oh, it makes editing such a nightmare for me. That's another hidden reason of why I don't like slow players. When there's a slow player, I have to go through all the footage and try my best to cut out a lot of the chaff. But with players like this, it's like every single move is just... It's just an absolute age. Now, I'm sorry if, you know... It's just... I feel unlikely that Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. It's just annoying as hell. Returning 2 creatures back. Okay, I'm actually going to Memory Delusion in response to see if I can find anything. Stern Dismissal. Okay. That might be good. Okay. So getting those back. God damn it. Try and bounce that in response. Can I spell pierce that? Oh, I can because it's a known creature spell when you bestow it. Interesting. Okay. So now we can bounce that white. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Gotten rid of all their resources. Huh, okay. I feel a lot safer now. What do I want on top? I guess we'll put on... Memory Deluge on top. Nice. Okay. Okay. I can breathe a little bit. And also, it's kind of... I always find this unusual. Like, whenever I play Winter Moon against multicolour decks, they always seem to have loads of basics out. It's so strange. Whenever I make a 3-colour deck, I've got so many dual lands. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, okay. Let's bounce it back. And let's go for Jin. And search. Okay, so now we're going to draw cards whenever we play something that costs 3 or greater. Nice. And they're just gonna hold priority. Okay. Okay. What could they have possibly done? Come on, play more non-basics. Tatavia again. Well, I could even just minus this and bounce Tatavia again and then recast Jace. That's the beauty of Jace. Imrith. No, I don't think that's going to cut it. I need more kind of removal, to be honest. Midnight Clock. What do we want to do? Let's look at the top card of their deck. Let's see what they have. Muldrotha on the bottom. Yeah, let's put that on the bottom. Midnight Clock. So we're going to get to draw quite a few cool things here. Okay, Patch of Negation. I'm very happy about that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Memory Deluge. If we give a Harbinger, it only turns off that and that into blue. So I'm not too worried yet. I think I'd rather just keep back. And this is the crazy thing about Mind Sculptor. When you +2, you're then buying yourself 2 unsummons, essentially. Which is quite impactful. If they go for Muldrotha, we're definitely going to pact it. Definitely going to pact it. Lotus Cobra. I mean, that is also annoying. If we flip this, phase 2 is pretty good. Bouncing all non-Phyrexians. Oh boy. And I know not every game can be quick, but I just feel like when a lot of the games I play are just slow players, and I just don't have the patience for it. It's because I play so many games. If every game I played was this length, I just wouldn't have any videos. That's just the truth of it. That's the honest truth. I really need to draw a Nile sets to stop them drawing as well. You know when you watch like the most professional chess players and they have a chess clock and they're getting lightning speed? That's what I want. That's what I want. And chess players, somehow the rankings for chess players are a lot more accurate in real life. Like they'll have a number value and then you'll match against someone within your bracket. But for some reason, Arena can't handle that. They'll either give me slow players with strong decks or strong decks with bad players. I just want to play someone who's strong player, strong deck, fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for, $1 million. I'm just asking for, equal, fair players on the same level. Okay, so that took a long time for them to decide to put that into the command zone. Power Stone, absorb energy in a land. Okay. So we can counter Muldrotha again in the following turn. That's pretty good. We'll use that. Jace's Triumph. Okay, that's good. I'm going to bounce Tati over again. That's an Argoth. So because they have an Argoth, I'm just going to go for Harbinger. And annoyingly, we only have 2 mana up now. But yeah, maybe that wasn't the right move. But it does turn off... In total, we have turned off 3 of their lands. So they might prioritize killing the Harbinger. But they've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... If they play a land, they can give for Muldrotha, but not really do much else. But then we can just bounce the Muldrotha back to the hand with Jace again. They've got so many cards. It was very tempting to bounce the white as well, because this just gives them so many cards. So many lands, should I say. But then they can only play 1 a turn. Because the second one they're going to have to bounce. Wow, they actually get rid of the elf. Okay. And it's an actual island, which is interesting because they probably need more green and black sources. Search for a creature or land. Reveal it. Okay, so this is going to be bad. They're going to get Uro, which is an interesting choice because if they play an additional land with Uro, they will return 1. Dear God. Tell me in the comments below, how many people do you play that are this slow? And I'm sorry if you're watching this at Tennis Live, but man, if you played every game this speed, you would just average no games. Like I'm only staying because I've kind of invested quite a bit of time into this now. But okay. Okay, drawing, playing lands. Is there anything else to this? They're going to play a land again to bounce it back. Okay. Right. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. It's interesting, to say the least. And then they're going to redeploy Uro. And then play another land and then bounce another land. There's literally... I mean, I guess the Lotus Cobra is helping him, yeah. Interesting. And now they decide to bounce that to their hand. Sylvan Safekeeper. That's annoying. That is annoying. And they've got 4 mana up to protect all of their stuff. Brawl. Right, let's draw 3 cards. It's pretty good. Technically drawing 4. Mana drain. Ooh, okay, we got some really fantastic things there. So we could just flip him here. Return all non-Phyrexian creatures to his hands phase 2. Draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand. If we flip him... then we can also protect him with 2 counter spells. And then Jace will die. Let's just brainstorm here. So many lands. Yeah, that's fine. So what do I want to do? I kind of do want to flip Jin so it can bounce all the stuff back to their hand. Yeah, let's do that. And now we draw like 1 million cards. That is pretty crazy. And we have no hand size for as long as we control the Great Synthesis. And I don't think we're going to die from any of these attacking us. So. Okay, and we have a negate, absorb energy, and we have a mana drain. So the only terrifying thing they could potentially do is thought distortion to make us discard all of their stuff. Make us discard all non-creatures in our hand. But so they are going to come in with some stuff. Interesting. This is during combat. Taking us for 10. Does the Harbinger even... Does the Harbinger matter at this point? I'm just going to trade with the Cobra. That's a good trade, actually. Unless they give it the indestructible. Okay, get down to 11. But yeah, if they thought distortion, I think I might be screwed. Gitrog monster. Let's try and mana drain that. I don't want that to survive. And that gives us 5 mana to do so much crazy stuff. I think we might have this in the bag now. Because we also bounce all non-Phyrexians to their owner's hands. Oh my god. It's such a shame because I'm having a good game. It's just taking a lot of time. I wonder if they actually understand the importance of Confounding Conundrum here. Or do they just want to return stuff to the hand? I'm not sure. I mean, I guess with Tatiova it makes sense. Drawing and bouncing and... Sure. Lots of triggers, lots of draw. My turn. There's no point in bouncing because the Jin is already going to do that. I don't know how they're going to come back from this, to be honest. But you know what? It's going to be very sweet when I win. I'm going to win this game. And if I don't, I've made a terrible, terrible mistake. Okay, so we've got 5 mana we can just spend on whatever the hell we want colourless-wise. So, okay, for 1 Power Stone. What even was that game? What even was that game? What was the point of staying? Did they actually read any of the things we did? I'm not sure they did, to be honest. That was just... Oh, that was a strange one. A really strange one. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.